Hello everyone, this is Ether Dragon, and welcome back to another episode of Fire Emblem Heroes. So pretty much the usual story this week on Ether Raid's defense. We did okay on offense for the most part until the end of the season. We'll talk about that a bit, but normally what happens during anima season for us is we'll get pretty decent win ratio at the beginning, and then we get steamrolled by the better players towards the end of the season. Apparently it lasted longer than usual this season, so honestly it's people sabotaging themselves again, and we're definitely going to go over some of those, but nothing too special here. It's just Corrin +1, turn 1 Glacies. I decided to try out no Hardy Bearing to see how many people would run Vantage, and people did run Vantage this week, so I'm happy to see that. Obviously, we're not keeping it like this, but decided to try out Attack Defense solo and Elowood. Why the heck not? But basically on offense, you saw the episode, or the match where we had the, whatchamacallit? You saw the match where we had that whole +10 infantry pulse team. That went alright, but then the last match of the season was a pretty big L. I was hyper brain dead at that point when I played the match, and it was a restore team with some with a bit of infantry pulse. So things basically went downhill because I did not compute the AI correctly on restore, so turn 1 was just absolute disaster. So there was no way we were coming back from that. But here there's just a bit of AI potato. I don't know if I highly doubt people actually mess with the AI too much on offense. I think they just do what makes some sort of sense, like not leaving units that obviously will die still in range of the enemy units and whatnot. But yeah, we do get 2 kills still, so -0 lift. Fortunate there. But Elowood running a rally is a super triple-edged sword. It's not even double-edged. It's not great. I just have it there just for the spoops. And it does things sometimes when Mirabilis can dance or whatever, but with how I set up my team here, let's just say it doesn't always happen either. I don't know if people just don't check armored boots or if this was completely intentional, but yeah. Duma is just gonna walk in here. He's not gonna kill, of course, but he doesn't die either, which means we can pick up some kills here, and we just go on a rampage, and it's basically already GG. They can pick up some kills here, but you have a bit too much to deal with here. But yeah, not running Hardy Bearing is kind of a problem, just because Vantage is an option, but not as many people use Vantage as I thought they would. Maybe that's just me. Maybe it was just an anomaly this week. We'll keep trying it out, but the thing that was like pseudo Hardy Bearing this week was Corrin, just because it's Corrin with negating Fang, and we have it's win season, which is why I'm using her, so she gets the extra +10 HP from Duma and Mirabilis, so 56 HP with negating Fang means it is relatively difficult to, well, let's just say it's non-trivial to one-shot, even though Naga exists. But I mean, as we'll see here, things could have been prevented is all I'm going to say. Didn't have to end this way. We have a +10 maxed out Dualphons, because running close foil, there's already some problems with the double dragons. Of course, no one's going to be able to double. Like Duma's not doubling 29 speed. Once you, and with special ups 34, like no one's doubling while the special is up. So at least this season, people decided to spend some time setting up, which definitely did not happen a couple of seasons ago. People just kept going in turn one when they had all day to set up. Like, you don't need to go in against my defense instantly. But yeah, in the middle of next season, I'll be able to get max level catapult finally, so I can lose less Kappa. But pulse smoke here just going to work out pretty solidly. But the problem is Duo Alphonse does not kill, so it's open real estate for memes, and well, that happens. And again, Duo Alphonse still doesn't kill at plus 10. Of course, Plumeria died there, which is why Elowood was able to survive. Wait, yeah, that, I don't know. Duo Alphonse, in my opinion, relies on his special way too much. And for what it is, it's a solid special, but it's just not even good enough because the healing's only 25%. And when you think about that, like his base bulk is alright, but when you really think about it, that's not a lot. Because a lot of units don't have a high max HP. So even if you one-shot, which is usually what a lot of Duo Alphonse users want to do, you typically don't want to not one-shot. That would usually cause catastrophic results. But I'm kind of just confused at this person's choice of setup. Of course they take their time to set up and stuff, it's all fine. But there's a couple questions. One, why they don't actually end up having Naga buff Duo Alphonse here. They only do it for Layla. They also take 6 turns to go in. This is a bit too long in my opinion. Of course, if your carry's strong enough, then it's fine. But the biggest thing to note here, they take out Olivia, which is fine. So they have one less dance there, but the problem is Corrin exists. And they did not give the effect of damage to him. And he doesn't have guard. And even if he had guard, Primordial Breath exists. So, yeah, Corrin's just gonna attack into here and live. She's obviously not, you know, with, what is that, 82 attack. If you have effective damage, you're killing every time there. But the fact he doesn't kill there, now Corrin's at 6 HP. There's like nothing to heal off of from that. So the net damage is just massive. Of course, now Sonya is kind of blocked in, so Alphonse gets a pretty good heal, but again, it's only 25%, and Elowood's HP is not even, what was that, not even 60, so he doesn't even heal 15. And here, Sonya, because they took out Olivia, which activated attack tactic for Sonya and Corrin. This is another meme thing that I have on the defense that that never really comes into play, but it pays off. Attack tactic allowing us to pick up that kill there. Much meme. But yeah, they kind of timed out. They really shouldn't have needed to time out there. Pretty sure that did not need to happen. It was this replay, right? Yeah. But it's just similar themes across the board. I don't know. Corrin's pretty solid though. Ideally, if I was actually memeing, I would have. The problem with Corrin is in Ether raids, there's too many units that double, just like auto double, like Altina, and then people use like Legendary Leaf when it's water season, or just a Brave Bow Archer. Brave weapons in general, and there's new brave weapons running around. Yeah, I don't know about that. We actually get to see a cool team I knew that would show up, like a cool archetype that I knew would show up in Ether Raids, but it's on the whale end of the spectrum for obvious reasons. But here they're just gonna go in with Claude here, take out Duma, and just leave, which is makes sense. I don't know why they put George up. That's a bit. I'm not sure what the point of that was. But Elowood here is going to set up the kill. So even though we had attack defense solo, we still made it to Wings of Mercy range. So that's the one janky part about attack defense solo, is that it also might prevent us from getting to Wings of Mercy range. But Corrin's just gonna troll Repo, that's why I have it on here. Elowood's going to die like usual. And well, again, Corrin or Repo is going to troll again. Honestly, they could have prevented the Repo if they didn't have Naga here. But they didn't do that, so Corrin barely picks up the kill. Joint Drive Attack coming in clutch, and Mirrorless also coming in clutch. It's quite the season of people memeing themselves. I'm not sure what to say. Now this is the saddest rigged match ever. This is so rigged. I feel really bad, but this is what happens when you don't do your daily damage calcs. That's all I'm gonna say. It should be pretty obvious what their strategy is, but yikes is all I gotta say. Of course, Duma here with their setup. Sacrifice on Duo Makaya means whenever there's a Duma, you basically just get free Vantage setup every time. It's pretty nice. Of course, you have to burn action to set it up, but I mean, it's better than having to gamble on a Bolt Trap or whatever. Or if the Bolt Trap's not even an option, you just always have a way to get into Vantage range. But here, obviously, they're going to use Dominance and use Layla to swap with Duo Makaya. And they take out Olivia. Alright, so same deal. This is pretty much what anyone who would try to tackle this team with Vantage would probably do. Take out a Dancer, take out Duma, call it a day. Now, of course, Zane here is just kind of chilling in the corner. Don't mind him. Alright, so what do you think the issue is here? It shouldn't take you very long to figure out. Let's just say Corrin lives, and by a very sad margin. I actually calced it out myself, and if Nakaya had one more point of attack, she one-shots. And that basically shows you in a nutshell the power of HP, and paired with damage reduction, because they have Flower plenty here. Now, if they had like Layla over here or something, they would have won this. But how the heck you would do that? I mean, I guess, yeah, that would work. You could, it'd be a little weird. I'm not sure. I would think it's possible. But if they had the ally support here, that was completely winning, because it is S rank, so they can get attack. But yeah, they're not debuffed at all. So Flower of Ease is not going off. Corrin's debuffed 7 to all stats, so it's plus 28 dealt damage. It feels bad. That just feels bad, man. And then there's the wings, and then Corrin and company moving around. And Corrin sits in the back, and they decide to run, which is not the best option. Of course, they don't have very many options at this point. But Elowood is just too tanky on the res side. Zane's not going to be able to do too much in terms of damage there. And Corrin's just getting HP back from Healing Tower. So she doesn't have her special up, but she's still a monster. And Zane being Zane copies Plumeria's 18 speed, so he gets doubled. Not that it matters, because now it's turn 7 and the repo has been trolling for so much that, yeah, that's pretty much Ether Raids in a nutshell. when things go downhill, they go really downhill, but that was definitely unfortunate. Of course, the dual Makai was only +1. I believe it was +3 or +4 Dragon Flowers or whatever. So it's not like they were missing attack from there. It was just Ripperinos. Here we see the ultra rare Bride Fjorm. You don't see this too often, but they're literally just going to attack stat. It's completely free here. There's very little my team can do here. So just solid play, nothing too special here. Just stacking a lot of attack. If you can set up Altina and get her an attack stat, she's pretty solid. But that's the problem. Whenever I use Altina on offense, most of the time her bulk is too low to survive 2 hits. Or even 1 hit for that matter. But I say more 2 hits because of, like, say, Fire Sweet healers or whatnot. But yeah, this Altina's attack's pretty good. I'll just say that. It's pretty good. So, of course, there's the double mirror stance, of course, buffing res and attack to help out Twin Blades as well. So from that, just 65 attack, joint drive attack for 69 attack, 72 attack, 75 attack, 80 attack, 83, 86, 89 attack. Yeah, that's pretty good. And with Brave Lucina, almost always auto-procking Twin Blades, assuming there's like no guard or whatnot. No debuffs on Altina here, is getting crept by everyone else. Yep, that's gonna work out pretty well. Rearbliss is going to attack first, but it's because Elwood doesn't rally here. I believe he's not eligible to rally because he has too much attack. Because this Altina does not have that much defense. The only defense buff is from Brave Lucina. So she only has 36 base defense, which on the defense tile is, measly 46. So he's definitely not rallying. If he could rally, then things would have gone terribly wrong, but I'm pretty sure they understood the AI to do this. Otherwise, you wouldn't do that if you see the rally there. Because remember, the Bride Fjorm was on this column, so Elwood could still rally forward or whatnot. At least that's what I remember. I have paying attention right now because I'm Omega Brain Dead. Still, because I have not been getting much sleep lately. 10 out of 10. Makes playing Ether Raid so much of a challenge. You can't even think properly. But this is exactly what I'm talking about. Dual Lin, with her Duo skill, granting another action, and of course in Ether Raids, Duo's indulgence exists. So this is just like Air Force, but it doesn't have to be light season. So pretty solid. Fury 4 and Pumpkin a box. You get 14 recoil per attack. So she's also got some decent bulk here. So she might only even need 1 attack to get it set up, but 2 attacks will get her automatically set up in Wings of Mercy range. And of course they have Wings of Mercy, and they have Altina here with Twin Blades and Heavy Blade, probably to help secure kills better. And their bonus unit here, Tiki, Duo Tiki, Harmonized Tiki, whatever you want to call them, Halloween Tiki, Frost Fire Breath, and Bond skills, just a lot of attack power for killing. So just straightforward and solid, nothing mind-blowing here. I don't expect this to go absolutely meta everywhere, because it requires dual Lin, because air we get for free, so you technically can run such a set, like an air, what they call Air Force set, with a similar skill set if you just have the resources. And with divine codes and whatnot, there are those resources available. So there's the first attack, and then they can dance here. And they got disarm traps, so they don't have to worry about the heavy traps or bolt traps or whatever. They got Wings of Mercy, so they use their duo skill there. And what was it again? Yeah, so I forgot to mention this as well, but the reason why this is so strong is, besides the fact Tiki's bonus right now, you can grant the action again. So the harmonized skill and duo skill just spamming actions for the one turn sweep. Like, I don't mind this at all. This is just where things are headed, and they didn't even have duo's indulgence here. Just imagine that. 1 attack, 2 attacks, 3 attacks with a dance, 4 attacks, 5 attacks with yeah, they're getting a lot of actions in one turn. Very solid. And well, their name kind of suggests that in a nutshell. Pretty good. I do expect to see more of it as time passes. Probably a lot of time passes. Because then that gives more people chances to get like Tiki and Lin and whatnot from even just like free summons or whatnot. They don't explicitly go for them. Here we see the ultra rare Vantage Luna. You do not see this very often at all. They're just getting set up, which is fine. Like, people should take some time to set up. It's not like my team's going to stall you out. Unless you go in like turn 6 or 7. If you go in turn 7, you better hope you kill everything. That's all I gotta say. So they pick up this kill here, but they're not in vantage range, so they leave, but obviously you all know that's a problem. Because Ella was just gonna move first. They weren't, even if they were manipulating the AI, like if they had a range cap here, Elwood would rally in place, and we'd see a dance from Mirabilis, another dance. Like, you can enforce potatoing with the AI like this, but Elwood's a bit fast here, and he's decently bulky, so that takes 2 shots, and at this point, Tessus is in range of Sonya, but Sonya's just gonna go after Lilina. What is that, 63 attack and 42 res? Yeah, I'm pretty sure Sonya also takes out Tessus there. Actually, it's a bit close. I think she does with the Dark Excalibur Refine. The free plus 10 damage for proccing a special. But at this point, Corrin's just trolling by existing. And Corrin's just trolling by repoing. It's turn 7. They're not going to be able to take out everyone. And you can see there, Corrin just keeps tanking. That's the power of negating Fang while it works. While it works, trademark. But yeah, she's pretty solid, even though she's just +1. And I have plus attack, and I have HP attack for more HP, primarily for the survivability. As you see, it came in clutch this season with that duo Micaiah matchup, but that really shouldn't have happened. It should have just been I think it should have been a convincing sweep. I don't think duo Micaiah was going to be missing any other kills. But yep, with that double goof on offense and stuff, pretty poor turnouts, but I mean, that's what happens. Plus 140 left team this week like usual, and pretty solid on defense again like usual. That's a pretty constant theme because Astra season is still more difficult. Just because Plumeria exists doesn't mean it's immediately easier. Where am I going? Resonant battles, we're just staying in tier or interval 20. Pretty standard, just shy of making it back up to interval 21. Probably because of the bonus titles. Don't mind that. And allegiance battles, we are slowly but surely dropping lower and lower in ranks, but It's still top 1k at the end of the day, so we're still chilling. It's gonna be a very long time before we drop out of top 1k in water seasons, I should say. And arena, quite intense this week. Originally, at the beginning of the week, it looked like you might be able to stay in tier 21 with like 3,820, but that clearly was not true by the end of the week, and the rank separation is pretty yikes, because I think at this point 3,820 is barely dropping out of tier 21 or something, and with 20 more points we're only this high in ranks. Happens to be exactly 777 right now, so that's interesting. But yep, had to build a Hawkeye for this week. I was already planning to build Hawkeye for next week because it's going to be Water Earth, and Legendary Self is a bonus unit, so I do expect larger peaks and scores. But so I thought I could just stay in tier 21 using Anna. Turns out you need to score a bit more, so I just had to build a very cheap +2 hot guy, as we like to call him. Omega cheap, because this is base kit, so I just inherited a tail 2 and some renewal and some dumped in 60k feathers to get to 5-star +2, and that's all I needed. Score is 746 to 760 because water blessing spam. But anyways, here in Arena Assault, pretty solid run. Water season's only getting more and more difficult in Arena Assault. Legendary Dimitri, as expected, hits super hard with Atrocity and Attack Investment. So yeah, that's pretty much it. And of course, Odd Tempest on some maps can definitely be annoying, paired with Legendary Crom and whatnot. Definitely a lot fewer Legendary Azuras than I'm used to seeing. I don't know if that's good or bad, because it usually just meant they were using another dancer, or they just weren't using a dancer, but the units are just annoying as is that it doesn't even matter. But yeah, we're still hanging in there. But for now, that's going to be it. We'll be back when the results drop in. Alright, the results should be in now, and let's see. Top 10k because we goofed too hard on offense, pretty standard. This season's gonna be an absolute nightmare. That's all I'm gonna say. We're memeing again this week. Brahmamon's bonus, so might as well fool around. I forget if I want to have Fortress on this side or that side. I think probably save this side to be open. But yeah, we're just gonna be memeing again with turn 1 Glacie's Legendary Julia, who's never going to get to proc her special, but if she does, she'll do some damage. I don't expect very much from this team, but again, we are super close to maxing out Catapult here, so that'll be great. We'll be able to do it on the day 4, so pretty late into the season where it probably won't matter anymore at that point. But yeah, also Nemesis being bonus is going to be annoying. Flame being a bonus is definitely going to be annoying, I know that for sure. But we'll worry about that when we start losing matches. Interval 20, 7,800 feathers, so pretty solid there. And Arena, we should be staying, and if we need to invest more hot guy merges to stay in tier 21, we'll do so. It'll just help out his stats anyways. I think it'll just be useful for Arena Assault long term. Probably going to refine Guardian's Axe at some point. I don't know yet though. Haven't decided. I have plenty of do and stuff, but I just never feel like doing it. And Allegiance Battles, standard top 1k because it's water season, so we can just spam it out. And it's Water Earth this week, so Arena slot I think should be relatively straightforward. I don't think there'll be too much difficulty because we have more firepower, like our plus 10 legendary Julia and whatnot. But yeah, like I have more than enough stuff. I just don't bother using them. Definitely can never have too many flowers though. I'm just holding on to them. I could have much fewer flowers, but yeah, no, we're not gonna deal with that. And blessings, we never have a lot of these because I kind of only have summoned for water and earth legendary heroes, and so the ratios or the differences are definitely accentuated because I kind of have 3 plus 10 water legendary heroes. So bad. But yep, barracks looking pretty derpy. I finally, a long time ago, I went on a project to make a meme speed ticky, and I finally finished like a couple months ago, but I have not gotten the stuff I need to actually finish the build yet, so the memes will have to wait. Ticky's definitely fallen off a lot since launch and whatnot, especially during the era of like when CYL1 first came out and Brave Lynn was getting spammed out. That was the main reason why I built Adult Ticky. She still does alright with Breath of Fog especially. Yeah, her attack's not ridiculously high, and even with plus defense, her defense is not too high either, and speed and res are definitely lacking, but I don't have any dragon flowers on her, so that's also partially to blame. But anyways, enough rambling. That's going to be it for this episode. Thanks for watching. As always, this is Ether Dragon, and hope to see you all next time. Bye.